Whether you are grading and posting by student, by standard, or by students and standard, you may want to use the Fill Percent Grade Comment button. In this example, we're looking at one particular student and marking all of the characteristics of a successful learner. If I want, I can come in here and I can select M for meeting expectations, A approaching expectations, B beginning expectations. If the student mostly exhibited M for meeting expectations, I can tell Infinite Campus to autofill all of the cells with one particular grade. Here you can see as we scroll down, all of these have been marked with M for meeting expectations. If after the fact you decide that a student needs to have one of the marks altered, you can certainly come to the drop-down menu and manually do that. Another option that you could do is that when looking at the student, if you already know which marks are going to be the ones that you come in and select several of those standards to have one particular grade, and then for the other grades, you go back to your fill and you select M for meeting expectations. And this time in tasks, you want Infinite Campus to only fill in the empty cells. Now it's going to fill only the cells that didn't already previously have a mark. Remember, you'll want to click Save before going to the next student. This even works when you're going into all standards and grading tasks. You might want to consider coming in and marking all of your students using that fill grade, filling in all of them if you haven't already gone in and done some marks, empty if you've already placed some in there. By clicking the fill button, you can see now that students for the different standards have been marked with 3s. Because the mathematical thinking standards have a different scoring scale, we would come up to fill grade, this time going in and selecting that they are doing this independently or they are doing this with support. Again, I can choose to do all of them or just the empty ones. Even if I do the all right now, it's only going to fill in the ones that were empty because the others have a different scoring system. If you have a student that is no longer part of your class, the marks will not fill in for that student. Fill is also helpful if your standards are all listed and you know that you are not evaluating all of them in the particular term. In this instance, you would want to go to Standard and Grading Task. Here you could go to the specific standard which you know is not going to be evaluated. You're seeing it for all of the students in that particular section. You'll come to the Fill Grade and select the X. This time you can select that you want it for all and go ahead and click Fill. You can continue to do this for the different ones that you are not going to evaluate. And then just remember, when you go back and change to go by student, that you want to fill only the ones that are empty. That's another great use of the fill button.